What's up everybody? Today I'll be making Guyanese styled fried rice, and I'll be making it with the chicken and also the red meat, which is like the pork, and it is super delicious. It will take some time, but if you prep everything in advance, you'll have quick and delicious results. First up, I'll be starting with the tools that I'll be needing for my fried rice, and I'll be starting with my fried rice first up. I have a burner, a wok, a wooden spoon. You could also use a rubber spatula or a metal spoon. That works perfectly fine as well. But you need something with high heat because that's how you have a delicious fried rice. For the ingredients, I have day-old rice. So if you're making rice for fried rice, make it the day ahead because it comes out much better. I have 3 eggs, and this is for a portion of 5 to 6 individuals. So if you're making this, this can serve about 5 to 6 people. So for the ingredients, I have rice, eggs, 3 eggs. I have soy sauce, sesame oil, and oyster sauce. I have white sugar. I have minced garlic and ginger, sliced scallions, thinly sliced scallions. I have finely chopped bora, or what people would call Chinese long beans, and this is very important for the fried rice that you're looking for. And I have diced carrots, and these are basically all the ingredients you need for this fried rice. It's quick and simple, but you need to prep everything in advance. And I also have some oil. I have some canola oil. You can use whatever oil you like, something that is neutral. And of course I have my cucumbers, thinly sliced cabbage, and also carrots. And let's begin. So we'll start by making the fried rice, then we'll jump to the chicken, which is the Chinese style fried chicken, and also the pork, which is the Chinese style red meat, and it is super delicious. So let's begin with the fried rice. So the first thing I'll do is I'll set my burner to the highest temperature. Make sure I get my wok nice and hot, and you want it almost to be smoking. I'll add some oil to it, and what I'll do is I'll add my eggs to the pan. And you want to let this go really quickly. Off the heat, and you'll take out your eggs, transfer them to a container. So now after you have your eggs out of there, you'll set the eggs aside. And now you'll let this heat back up. You want a nice clean pan, so if your eggs got a little bit stuck on your pan, try to get that off of there. You'll add about a tablespoon of oil. And again, a wok heats up really fast. So as soon as that warms up, I'll add in my scallions. So I'll add in half of the scallions, and of course the recipe will be in the description below. And I'll add in all of my ginger and garlic. And I'll let that warm through. You don't want to get any color on this. You just want it to warm through. After that, I'll add my carrots. So after about a minute, my carrots are getting a little bit tender. Now I'll add my Chinese long beans, or my bora. So after about a minute or two, my veggies are cooked nicely. They're not burning or anything. Now I'll add my rice. And you'll add half at a time. If you have a huge wok, you can add all of it at once. So you'll move this around, keep it going until it's nice and mixed together. Everything is equally distributed, and this will take about 3 to 5 minutes. So now at this point, I'll add my white sugar. And this is very key. Once that's mixed in nicely, now I'll add my soy sauce, oyster sauce, and sesame oil. I want to get all of that out. Now I'll mix this through. So at this point, you'll add your scallions, the remaining. And at the final stage, I'll add my eggs. So now that's basically it. Your fried rice is nice and done. It's nice and loose. And that's your beautiful fried rice. The only thing left to do is to try it. Delicious. So now what I'll do is I'll set this aside and now I'll work on my chicken. So next up I'll be making my Chinese style fried chicken. And it is a bit of a process, but it is super delicious. First up, let's start with the chicken. I have a 5-pound whole chicken, and what I'll do is I'll split it down the middle, so I have 2 halves. And what I'll do, I'll add that to a Ziploc bag, or you can also use a bowl or whatever you like to use. And what I'll add to that is garlic, ginger, and scallions, and those are my fresh aromatics. And what I'll do is I'll smash my garlic, but I'll keep it in whole pieces. I'll do the same with my ginger, smash that up. And also too with my scallions, I'll bruise that up. And again, the recipe will be in the description. So next up for the marinade, I'll add sesame oil, soy sauce, and Chinese cooking wine. And these are very, very important. I'll also add Szechuan peppercorns, and I'll ground that up nice and fine. And also Chinese 5-spice. And you'll marinate your chicken for at least 6 hours or the day before. So after you've marinated your chicken overnight or for at least 6 hours, what you'll do is you'll steam your chicken. So I have my chicken here and it's steamed. And you'll steam it for about 15 to 20 minutes until it's almost done. And after you've done that, what you'll do is you'll take your chicken out and let it come to room temperature. So for the final step, after you have marinated your chicken, you have steamed your chicken and let it come to room temperature and let the skin dry out, you'll fry it in oil. And you want it to have enough oil in the pan so it is submerged. And now let's jump to that final step. So for the final stage, I have my oil nice and hot, and you want your oil to be about 350 degrees. And you want your chicken nice and dry. So make sure you dry your chicken out. And now I'll add it to my pan. So now your chicken is looking nice and ready to come out, and it's nice and crisp. So you'll take your chicken out of the oil. So now let's move on to the next step, which will be the pork. So for the final step, we'll be doing the pork, which is the red meat or the char siu pork. And for that, you'll be needing pork shoulder, so boneless pork shoulder. So I have that right here. I have my scallions, ginger, garlic, hoisin sauce, and I have here char siu seasoning mix. And this is very important. This will give it a beautiful color and flavor as well too. And you can find this at your local Asian supermarket. And this is very important for making it. Apart from that, I have a bowl, a cutting board, and you'll be needing a burner with a frying pan. And what you can do is you can season your meat. When you're seasoning your meat, you want to season it for at least 4 hours or do it the day in advance. So I have some already seasoned, but I'll show you how I prepared it. So what you'll do is you'll cut it into a nice little strip, and you can ask your butcher to do that as well too, but you're trying to get boneless pork shoulder, and you'll slice this as thin as possible. So it will require a sharp knife. So you're looking almost the thickness as bacon, because you're trying to marinate it and give it as much flavor. So you want them to be nice and thin. So when you're slicing it, it should be at least this thin. So I'll add that to my bowl, and I'll keep slicing this. Now I have all my pork added in there. What I'll do now is I'll smash my garlic. So I smashed all my garlic. For my ginger, you can leave the skin on as well too, and you just want to smash that as well. So this way you have all the flavor in there. And now you'll do the scallions. And again, you're gonna smash this up, bruise it up a little, smash them up, and add that to your mix. And then you'll add your seasoning mix. And what I'm using here is about a pound of pork shoulder. Again, the recipe will be in the description, and I'll add this to the mix. And also to this, I'll add a tablespoon of hoisin sauce. And then I'll mix this through. Basically, that's it. Now you'll let this marinate, and then you're ready for the next step. So at this point, I marinated my pork overnight for at least 6 hours, and now I'm ready to fry it. I have a frying pan, and what I'll do is I'll warm this up. So you want this between medium and high. And to that, I'll add about 2 tablespoons of oil, and I'll let that warm through. I'll add this to my pan. And you just want to fry this through. So this is what your pork looks like after it's finished cooking. What you can do is let it cool on a cooling rack before you dig into it. And now I'm ready to assemble my Guyanese style fried rice. So now I'm ready to assemble. I have my fried rice, I have my toppings, I have my pork and my chicken. First up, let's do the fried rice. Now I'll grab my chicken. My chicken is extra crispy and delicious. And there it is, your beautiful Guyanese style fried rice chicken with the red meat, and it is beautiful. Now let's try it. So now the final part is to try this delicious Guyanese style fried rice with red meat and fried chicken Chinese style. Go for the red meat first. Really, really good. Fried rice is delicious. I'm just gonna take some of the skin from the chicken, and that's super crunchy and delicious. I promise you, this recipe is amazing, and if you try it, you will love it. So here it is, my take on Guyanese style Chinese fried rice with the red meat, which is the pork, and the Chinese style fried chicken. It is super delicious. I promise you, you will love this recipe. It does take a bit of time, but it is worth the work. It is super delicious. Again, if you liked my video, please give it a big, big thumbs up. Please share, and please subscribe. Again, thank you for watching.